This episode is brought to you by our Patreon members. Sign up right now, patreon.com/VVC Life. And thank you to all of the patrons that have already signed up and are supporting us right now.
No ticket.
To add us to the stream, we are back. All right. Yeah, right. Oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? You're a little gun happy on Sundays. Yo, we back for another great moment. Greatness. You know what I'm saying? That's 3 times this week, brother. You know what I'm saying? This is a sprouting, wonderful relationship we got going on here. You know what I'm saying? Jack Panthers in the building. What's going on with you, brothers?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm having a phenomenal weekend. How about yourself, though?
I'm fully over the hangover from Friday night. After drinking so much whiskey. You know what I'm saying? But it was lit, bro. I honestly didn't do that much yesterday. I was kind of kicking it. If y'all saw, I updated the Patreon to make sure all of the exclusive episodes were up, to make sure that we had so I was just working, doing some edits and getting some stuff done behind the scene, working on I got to bring Aries Lounge back. So I just been doing some prep work for that. We had to teach the class. You know what I'm saying? The class is available for y'all now. If you want to learn how to build your own platform, well, classes are already rolling and you can jump right in whenever you are ready. Also, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy all the content that we have on every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? VVC Life on YouTube. Also, subscribe on Facebook. Also, follow us on Instagram. And you can follow these wonderful gentlemen, and they all have their social medias on the screen. Now, the next most important thing I have to do is tell you to get you some of this mother freaking merch, because there's no life without merch, without stuff like this on your body. You know what I'm saying? You cannot truly say you gotta get some.
Yeah, can't keep wearing the same thing every time I come on the stream.
You've been switching it up, bro. You've been switching it up.
I'm trying, but I still need to get some more.
And I'm all the way with you. So make sure you tap in for some of that right now. And if you haven't done so, sign up on that Patreon for as low as $5. You can enjoy all of the wonderful pieces of content we're dropping. We're doing 3 to 4 exclusive videos a week for $5, bro. That's a lot of content. You know what I mean? That's 16 extra pieces of content on top of the 4 joints we give a week. Come on, bro. We killing it, man. Make your jail sentence more tolerable. Subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Be at work extra few hours. Subscribe, man, and enjoy some content. Your girlfriend getting on your nerves? Subscribe. Your boyfriend won't give you the penis? Subscribe. This is the best way to enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying? With the best squad in the building. So what we have to do is we have to start out today. This is a review day. This is all about reviews. And of course, 2 phenomenal shows just dropped episodes. The first one is actually, it's not the first one. The second one we're doing today is Loki.
Access denied.
All right. We get you. But we got to start with Invincibles, because Invincibles just rolled out season 1, episode 1. And it was a time to be had. It was a moment. Something we have to talk about, because I want to know. Don't say now. I'm trying to. So does this add up? Is this as weighty and as great as season 1? Did we wait 2 years so that season 2, episode 1, did it give us what we've been waiting for? Are we excited? Don't know. Not gonna find out until you watch the trailer. So let's get to it. Let's not waste no time, man.
We all remember that day. For some, The pain will never fade.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to be my dad. What if that happens? What if I become him and I don't even know it? I need to do more. I can save lives. Put me back out there.
Mark isn't like other Viltrumites. He's a good guy.
Dinner tonight.
Go save the world, Invincible.
You're way too good for me.
All right. I don't need to have our stream interrupted by corporate cronies. You know what I'm saying? So I gave y'all know what we getting into. You know what show we're watching. You know what I mean? It's Amazon Prime fighting its way to the #1 streaming platform. You know what I'm saying? While Netflix is proudly guiding the way into the future. But Amazon ain't playing with y'all, man. Gen V, The Boys, you know, Invincibles, Goliath. I could go, oh my God, Jack Ryan. There's so many great shows on Amazon. In addition to giving you access to, like, if you really want to know, Amazon has like all of the best movies of this year on streaming just behind the Prime paywall. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are really competing. And I think one thing that Amazon has over Netflix, Amazon gives you the ability to buy and rent other films to add to your collection. And you can add other services to it. So, you know, Amazon is really fighting hard to make, you know, its platform your home for all things entertainment. You don't have to go, if you're really, really serious, you really don't have to go to another app. You know what I mean? I'm just pitching for them. Hey, and we'll take that ad money. Amazon, you can drop some cash right here. So anyway, what is everybody's opinions from season 1? Let's start with Dad Panther. How did you feel about season 1 of Invincibles? And are you excited for season 2?
Season 1, brand new series to me. Didn't know about the comic book, nothing about the history. It felt nostalgic and new at the same time. The art animation reminded me of watching Justice League and stuff as a kid, Batman being animated. But I love the brutality that was there in the animation, how real it was, the fact they didn't shy away from blood, the jokes similar to Harley Quinn on HBO, and the storyline. Though you have similar characters that you've seen in superheroes, you were able to connect with them, whether they were good or bad. So I was enjoying it and hyped for the second season.
No, 1000%. And movie lingo, how are you feeling?
The first season was the same for me. I had no idea about the existing comic book, but I'm always excited to get involved with something new. So I dived in head first, and it gave me everything I hoped for. You know, the character development, the stories, and one thing that a lot of things outside of the comic franchises that we know is that they try to be so different that they end up being cheesy. You know what I'm saying? With the character names or the character abilities. But this one, in my opinion, I mean, there was a couple characters that was teetering on cheesy, but for the most part, they deliver, and I like to get to know the universe, you know, of those characters even more. So I really was pleased with the first season.
All right, I would have to co-sign. I watched the show. It came out during a lull where I didn't have a lot of stuff to watch. You know, I'm just jumping on Amazon. I'm like, what's this? You know what I mean? I love animated cartoon style stuff. I thought it was something different, something new. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. The first couple episodes were cutesy wootsy. Actually, no, I'm watching the first episode, and I feel like it felt like 2 episodes until I realized that each episode is like 45 minutes apiece. You know what I mean? And then as you're watching, you get towards the end and you see that like little switch up, and you're like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? And then it really starts to unfold like an onion. There's so many layers to this thing. And I'm like, yo, this show is insane. Like, I was like, yo, it's definitely like when you tap in, you're not expecting what you get. And by the end of season 1, my mind is blown, especially after, I think this came after the season 2 of The Boys. So like after being, you know, really shocked at how The Boys created such a world, and then to be immersed in this new world, I was like, yo, Amazon is on to something. And I really wanted to see where they were going to take it, because they really left us on a cliffhanger at the end of season 1. So highs and lows. Lingo, take it away, man. What are your highs and lows?
So for Invincible season 2, episode 1, the high for me was that they didn't spend too much time showing the emotional trauma that the way season 1 ended for our lead character. You know, I thought that they were going to spend a lot of time of him not even jumping back in the fight and crying. Like somebody was going to have to give him a kick in the butt and be like, "Hey, you're not your father, so snap the fuck out of it and let's get to it." But he was
Right.
already trying to do that on his own. But even though you could tell he is struggling with it, but it wasn't the main part. So for me, it was like you're basically showing us that the pacing for this season is about to just get right to it, which is what I say for every show or everything we talk about. The second season, after the first season establishes set up, second season is just like let it loose. So that was a high for me. The low for me, and we, of course, I know we're not doing any spoilers, but the villain, Angstrom Levy, who was voiced by Sterling K. Brown, one of my favorite actors. I felt like there was an opportunity, the same way he tried to stop Invincible from stopping his plan. He could have actually moved those same people out of the space. I'm not gonna say too much to stop them from going any further. So the action that he took, I felt like that was just like cop out, dumb writing. It kind of bothered me on that moment because it was all preventable. But I understood that they needed to really get us this new villain for the season. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, Dad Panther, what you feeling?
I'm pissed because that's exactly what I was thinking for the downfall. And I'll lead with that and then go into the good stuff. Obviously, we didn't want it to end. It would have been nice to have another episode or so, but that part, without spoiling anything, for them to show you what they're capable to add, they add it to that situation. They could have wrote a different way to accomplish what still happened. And for the good, that I will say, because I agree with what you're saying, Lingo, is the cast for a second year. The music and the cast, the production, like when you go down and you look at the list of this, especially for people in the US, American, where anime is taken off and it's always been there, and it's really been, manga's been outselling comics overseas. And to see the lineup they have for this that are getting people that are into this type of media is crazy. So when I heard his voice, Sterling, I was like, they got him too. And you hear the music, and again, like if you're new to the show and you just look at the cast list, you're gonna see any and everybody that from shows that you've seen. So I just really like the production level of it.
See, that's deep because I'm not into mangas. I'm not into that. I'm just purely coming as the regular everyday schmuck that just saw something. I saw a thumbnail. I thought it was cool because I didn't even see a trailer for this, and was just like, well, let me just give it a shot, and then fell in love with it. I think you know what I'm saying? I'm happy at the fact that those elements there, but the thing that really blows me away is the storytelling. You know what I mean? How they're, even when you're looking at season 2, immediately episode 1, we're taking it up a notch. We already have looming stuff in the background. We already have pre-existing issues that have not been resolved, and everybody's walking around like we don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But now you're dogpiling. You're giving me some new problems from 2 other characters that was jerks from season 1, coming back doing some more dumb stuff, making more problems, and we have the weight of the emotional trauma. You have the weight of everything that happened in season 1 bearing down on the people, and I think they did such a great job with that. And I'm also happy they didn't go like, let's take the entire restaurant and throw it at screen. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that they didn't do it. I'm happy that they're all right, giving us time. All right, you gave us something. You gave us something to be excited about, but y'all didn't go, yo, let's just throw the whole invasion and all of this stuff all in season 1, episode 1 to kind of confuse you or to kind of overwhelm you. Sometimes I need to be eased into it. You know what I mean? I like a little foreplay. Don't just get naked out of nowhere and then now I'm trying to figure it out. The downside, if there's any downside for me, I don't feel like there was any. I genuinely enjoyed it, every part of it, and left out with some happiness. Like I'm happy to see where this is going. I don't have any complaints. So let's just say I don't have any downs. To me, completely satisfied and completely locked in for the rest of the season. Now my next question is, would you recommend this to people? Do you feel like this should jump to the head of the line of people's playlists?
Who you want to take
Anybody?
it first?
I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna say yes, 100%. Again, we're looking for shows that you can invest in. You don't feel wasted, especially with a lot of shows being canceled, Rick and Morty up in the air, and to have that same adult content being driven at you, where the writers are gauging what's happening in reality. There's moments in this show, not to spoil anything. There's moments just in this episode where they know you're the viewer watching. The part, I don't know if you guys grabbed it, the part where they'll say it's almost like he's invincible. Like they kept doing that through that episode. Go back and watch it. They say invincible 3 or 4 times, and they even the end where he's like, I'm gonna bomb, and that's the tagline. So they know that you're watching it, and you're like, we know you want to see him invincible. You want to see that power upgrade, and we're teasing you with that. So yeah, 100% I would recommend it. Even if you're not into comics, it's a great story. Like if somebody took comics out of this and put it in the dystopia end of the world, or they put it in a soap opera drama or a Tyler Perry, you'd be like, yo, this is some and so I would 100% recommend it.
Yo, we got to talk about Rick and Morty too. Thank you for bringing that up. But before we do, Eddie, come on, man, give it up.
Yeah, I got to piggyback off that. You made a good point. The emotional reference and the differences that all these characters having are so relatable. They can exist in almost any realm. That, you know, it doesn't have, you take the comic book stuff out of it, you still following great story. You still following. It's still something worth recommending. I would definitely push this on anybody, whether you're a comic book fan or not. You know, if you appreciate some good quality content, good story, something you can follow. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not afraid to be brutal. You know, I definitely will push this to anybody who has a recommendation. I would say, yeah, put this to the front of the list.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, the next thing is, yo, do you feel like, and why Dad Panther actually already answered this, does this have rewatchability for you? Can you go back and enjoy episode 1 again and feel like you might pick up something? And let's start with
So
Eddie.
yeah, because Dad Panther already got into it. So for me, I don't feel like there was anything that I would take from going back to watch this again. I wouldn't really be able to answer that until the end of the season. If there was some kind of twist, and then I want to see the signs of did I miss them already leading to that? Did I miss them already building something up? But as of right now, I felt like I got everything that we needed to launch this season, and I wouldn't rewatch it until after.
Got you. Hey, Dad Panther, you definitely feel like this has some rewatchability?
I think I would agree with what Lingo's saying. There's not much there unless you wanted to go into, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but there are some stuff that nods to the first season, dealing with kind of what's been open, Pandora's box to say, that you can connect. But it is also cool because just like the first season, it also connects similar to like The Boys, where they've got spinoffs that's already happened with the same production value, same flow. I forgot what her name is, but you're watching her as a child, which is a different series. And there's some replay if you're trying to connect to other lore.
Got you. All right. I don't have any other questions that I can think of off the top of my head. Eddie, did you have anything you wanted to throw out there question wise?
Well, no, not really. I just do want to acknowledge that I'm glad this is here. This, we, like you said, we've been waiting 2 years, and I'm looking forward to reviewing this week after week as we get through the season.
That is very easy for me. I'm with you on that. What about you, Dad Panther? Any questions you wanted to throw out there?
No, not really. Just hope they keep bringing it the whole time. I know they're taking a break. I thought it was really good how the creator said why they're taking the break. They didn't want it to get lost in the sauce of the holidays, so it will break up the episodes, disappear, and come back next year. So,
oh, fuck them. Oh, that's some bullshit. Oh man.
Wait, how big of a hiatus we talking?
Yeah, right.
It's supposed to be, I think, 3 or 4 episodes, then take a break, come back next year. So,
we do got the holidays.
He didn't want to get it lost in the sauce for the holidays, so they'll come back. And it could have been with the strike as well, and
maybe
shareholders, and
why are people acting like we're not going to be at home watching TV during the holidays? Like that's
they gonna give you something else.
Numbers do take a dip with some of these people. They just be so caught up in going to everybody's house and eating everybody else's food. You know what I mean? And so they probably want to make sure they maximize the viewership right when it first drops. They don't want to worry about the numbers building back up later.
I would love to see a video game from this, to be honest.
Ooh.
I don't know if it would be a fighting game. You know, Mortal Kombat's already teased with Omni-Man, but I think it'd be cool to have a game in that art form.
I would love to have an adventure game, and then and then
Maybe you create your own hero.
Right, I like that, but I also like, as you go and you defeat certain things, they become a part of your road gallery, and then as you're going through the storyline. So anyway, we're gonna go to a commercial. We'll be right back. Y'all keep it locked right here. The real reviews right here on VVC Live.
Punch it!
We'd already be there if Roman wasn't driving Ford Knox on wheels.
You see me shining, baby?
We're locked inside. It's a trap.
That's a bomb.
All right, dorks, what are we blowing up?
What?
The Vatican? Wow. You guys are going to hell.
No! Get out of there!
The great Dom Toretto. If you never would have gotten behind that wheel, I'd never be the man I am today. And now, I am the man who's going to break your family. Piece by piece.
The devil's coming.
Boom. Tommy, I knew you would come for me. So how about we all just start shooting each other? Time to end this.
Let's dig some graves.
You are not to be trusted.
Hey, you ain't on my Christmas list either.
Cavalry's here.
Cheers. We need weapons and cars.
Cannon cars.
You like surprises? I adore them.
I'd stay down if I was you.
You'll need to hit me harder for that.
The game's over, Dom. You lose. This is your last ride. Then you might want to buckle up.
Loki, how much do you know?
Let's assume I don't know much, but I'm a fast learner, and I'm a god.
Well, let's start at the beginning.
Here we go. All of existence is in grave danger. The TBA is gone.
I think you mean ATV, and no, we got in 2 of them last week.
I need everyone to help us fix it.
Oh, it's a party.
All right. We're back. Now we are getting into our second phase of the show, which is our Loki edition, Loki season 2 episode. What the freak episode we on? Episode 5?
Episode 5, yes.
Episode 5, and it's
I'm on
getting.
live.
Are you live? Yes, you are live.
I don't think that's what he said.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad.
I said it one more left, and I'm like, damn, that silence is ringing. I'm like,
for me, this got to be very, man. Okay, so if you're shrinking the amount of episodes, I personally feel like you should not waste any moments, and that there should be a very edge of my seat vibe the entire season. However, once I got to this episode, it started to feel I gave episode 4 a pass because I felt like they were setting up. Jesus Christ, how many episodes do we need to set up? Like, when are we going to start getting to the something? You know what I mean? It's like you gave us. I don't want to ruin this conversation.
Right.
But
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. Who came up with this rule? Anyway. But anyway, you know, there's a lot. So we kind of come into the episode. They kind of quickly whisk away explanation of what we all got like flipped out from the last episode. So you quickly kind of shoo that away. Then you give us into this kind of, all right, flipping from scene to scene. Then there's this very germane conversation that's trying to give us understanding of what's going on now and where we're going that doesn't make any sense or mean anything. And then things start falling apart, and now I have to wait until the last episode for any kind of meaningful action to take place. Am I wrong for assuming that this whole episode was only just a placeholder until we get to the last episode, and Dad Panther is here to save the day? All right, take it away, big dog. Let me put you on a.
I feel exactly what you're feeling. I feel like for some other reason, I could not connect to any of these characters. I could not connect to the storyline. The production is there. It looks great. The acting is real acting, and we're getting away from the whole idea of superheroes can only do superhero things. We're getting good acting. We'll see that with Echo. We've seen that with Logan and other stuff. So it's all there. It's just there's no substance for me to care. I'm only watching this because it's popular. I'm only watching it because I don't want to miss out on what's supposed to happen. So without spoiling anything, once again, we're right back to no significant connection with anything. It seems like it's tethered to the political backlash of stuff that's happening with other characters. Now that I've seen what I've seen, it connects to the first season of a comic book that's going to happen. They should have just already said this is just a stepping stone for what this is without spoiling anything. But yeah, it's unfortunate when my favorite character at this point is a clock.
Oh man! All right, yo, Eddie, come on, save the day.
Well, I can't say today. I have to disagree with both of you. And for one, I want to point out, sounds like the Dad Panther is actually knocking the entire season. When I really disagree with that. I feel like these last 2 episodes may have fallen a little short, but we have been getting some great stuff. But that's just what it sounded like. I could be wrong. Correct me after I'm done. But for me, this episode was not a waste of time, because for the longest they've been referencing how they were once living normal lives, and then they were put in the TVA and just they were basically kidnapped or taken away, and then nobody knew what their past was and nobody really cared. And I've been saying my theory for the longest that everything that they're doing to prevent it is actually putting things in place. And now we're looking at almost like this time vortex where Loki was trying to convince Morbius to be curious about his past before. Now Loki's the one that's actually ripping him out of his life to bring him back to the TVA. And so I thought those were big like Easter eggs of what's to come. And I think the next episode is going to bring it also to a close. Now, my theory may be wrong, but for me, I was engaged because of what I believe is happening.
Okay. I respect you for that. I respect you. You know what I mean? All right. Let me give you my one little piece that kind of threw me off. And this is a mini spoiler, just a small little mini spoiler, just a microscopic spoiler. It's not going to mean nothing. There's a moment in previous episodes where Loki is like, "You're my friend. We're friends." And then the episode we just watched, he made a reference to, "These are my friends." If you really watch between season 1 and now, let's be realistic. It's only like a week worth of time between season 1, episode 1 till now.
Right.
How in a week you just become friends with niggas when you went on adventures with your whole brother? And I see the way you treated this nigga, like,
and his friends.
Right, and his
and
friends.
family.
and family. How does this what? Like, there's no explanation for this enormous emotional shift to not only feel endeared to this one particular person whom y'all were on opposite sides 2 or 3 days ago, to now y'all are like best friends. And then now you've not only made this emotional change to connect with somebody on a core level that you are using this term that you've never used before, but now also you've in turn changed entirely from your lifestyle. Your lifestyle has been to be mischievous, to break things, to cause problems. It's in your nature, like literally, it's in your core nature of who you are. To now you're a responsible adult where the whole universe and multiple dimensions are all dependent on you, and you're going, I gotta fix this. Why?
As a family, that's why.
You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here. You got it?
Like, what? What?
We're gonna watch Fast X. That was a plug.
Listen. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the first season again. But I thought there was a moment of them making him recap all of the crap he did that was more like eye-opening for him, and that's why we got this newer version of Loki. Even though you're right, it is not a long period of time. It is for us because they're spacing them out week to week and season to season. It's only been a few days for him, so it's still like unbelievable of his level of commitment and connection. But I do think that motivation came from his realization of how fucked up of a person he was.
I agree.
And I remember they did drop him in some thing where he was having to confront himself, and he was having to confront these real life moments of his. And like, I remember that having a dramatic effect on him. So yeah, okay, all right. You got me. You know what I'm saying? You got me. All right. It's all good now. Whatever. I'm still not sold. I just don't give a shit.
There's only one episode left. Maybe it'll make you feel better.
Right. I'm gonna have to lean towards Dad Panther on this one. That's been a little lackluster. It's been exciting. I'm not where he's at. I'm not saying the whole season is trash. I'm only saying these last 2 episodes because I feel like I think it got close to the strike, and they just just throw some string on there and say some goofy shit.
Some literal string.
Right. Like, you know what I mean? And let's get to the last episode, and you know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of great writers will have the beginning and the end.
Right.
And then everything in the middle is us trying to figure it out. So those 2 episodes is like, we just need to get through this shit. But because all the good shit is here at the last episode, we really gonna get their asses back, with that one. As long as we end the season strong, so we can transition into the Marvels, I'm good. Which is crazy because the Marvels comes out the same day. I'm going to the theaters. All right, excuse me. Loki ends the same day that I gotta go see the Marvels. Like, I'm hoping that I have time to watch the last episode so that I don't go into the Marvels feeling like I'm missing something. Somebody's gonna catch an F. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see what's happening. So wait a minute, how do y'all feel about that? Y'all, I mean, how do you feel about you having to rush to watch a TV show so that you can have context for a movie you about to watch? And are you even gonna go? Because y'all don't seem to be the Marvels type of niggas.
I mean, I'm excited to see that movie. I would see that in theater 100%. So as far as watching Loki immediately before, I don't think the 2 go together. They haven't like told us that. But I'm excited to see the Marvels.
There was some news reports saying that there's a connection between what's going to happen in season 2 of Loki, and there was going to be a connection between them that would be very obvious. But go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, so that's actually like exactly what you were being concerned about, getting that last Loki before going into the Marvels, because whatever the Marvels is going to set up, it's basically building up to something. That's why they decided, instead of just dropping Loki Fridays like they originally planned, they do Thursday at 9. So with Marvel's dropping on Friday officially, even though I'm watching it Thursday before I see the last Loki episode, but that's just who I am. I have to get in there and see it ASAP. So I'm watching the first show Thursday, but basically Thursday at 9, when the last Loki episode airs, if you're going to watch the Marvels on Friday, it will set you right up. You know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
you're right to be concerned, but I don't think it's going to be that major because whatever they're leading towards, it's not going to be a direct connector. You could just see where they're both headed.
Word. Okay, so it says, all right, so I did look this up to see if I was right or wrong. So I don't see a direct connection between the Marvels and Loki, but I see, okay, so there was a moment where in Loki season 2 it connects with Moon Knight. In the season 2 episode 1, they said that, I mean, there's an obvious connection with Kang's dynasty. I mean, excuse me, Kang dynasty. Okay.
So it's all a push towards the big Avengers movie that we're supposed to get in 2026.
Right. Okay. All right, cool. And then would y'all like to do, I mean, the Echo trailer just came out right after of course, it always drops like right after our show on Thursday. And if we didn't get a chance to talk, did we? Did we get a chance to talk about it?
We didn't get a chance to talk about it.
So
It was referenced, but we didn't actually get into it.
That's crazy. We bugging.
I thought we played it.
We played it, but like I said, we didn't actually really
we
get
didn't
into
react.
it. Yeah, we didn't.
Maybe because the show was so long and we just had so much stuff going on. But like, yeah, bro, like I'm truly excited. I feel like this immediately dissuaded that Variety article. You know, everybody was up and like kind of concerned. This trailer comes out, niggas is all the way back in. Like, we just bitches. To be honest, we some Marvel bitches. We all some Marvel bitches.
Oh yeah.
Marvel can do no wrong. We can all be concerned about, this and that and the third. They gonna make it happen, bro. They got too much. They got too many great ideas already rolling out for us to really care. And I feel like the one thing people haven't been talking about is, bro, Marvel is a huge corporation. Everything ain't got a hit. Everything ain't got a hit, bro. Everything ain't got to be number one with $1 billion. I think that's I feel like that is an ignorant American concept that like everything has to be the biggest thing in the world. How about it just be entertaining to the core audience?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you hit the $1 billion mark, you're surpassing your core audience, and the rest of the world that has no concern about it feels the need to come in and tap in. But 400 million, $500 million, that's your core audience. Like, and that's actually freaking amazing for a company to be able to generate on a regular basis $500 million for every film, and to maybe do 200-300 mil on a TV show. Bro, are you fucking serious? Come on, man. Like, that's real. This is good money. The only reason why I would say the TV shows aren't doing as much is because they're not necessarily on Disney Plus where there are commercials running. It's all about the subscription.
Yeah.
And the subscription got to split it with 1 billion other IPs. But if you was to take all these great Marvel shows that we watch on Disney Plus exclusively, and you would have put them on ABC or CBS or something like that, come on, they be smashing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest about it. But I feel like we have such crazy high expectations. Things have a tendency to get wonky. Like, when you've been successful for so long and you get some joints that, like, even Eternals is better versus, in my opinion, Eternals I enjoyed more than I enjoyed The Flash.
Right, of course.
Absolutely. I enjoyed that more than I enjoyed, I didn't even watch
DC in general.
DC stuff in general. Yeah, no disrespect. You know what I mean? No disrespect. Yeah. So I mean, anyway, I'm gonna let up off the high horse. Dad Panther, take it away. What are your opinions?
I mean, I don't know if it's us necessarily. I know we have that whole microwave generation, everything on social media. I think it's the executives that are kind of making it where, to your point, yes, there's tons of projects that we watch, they get canceled or they're tax write-offs, and there was a core audience. We liked it. It was substance there, but it didn't hit the profit. They spent, like, Blade right now is the guy who's going to play Blade was going to walk off. That project was going to be done. The word now is it's a new writer or director that's writing the script from scratch. The new budget is $100 million. That has to go with the conversation we said before, where studios are going to spend less and ask for more profit. So you'll see more indie directors and whatnot. The conversation's coming out with the female director who's Black for Marvel. is she realized she wasn't going to be able to make that movie hers. We talked about Barry, what that personality of that director put in, or the remake of Candyman. When you look at what's happening with Marvel, she realized she was just there as a face, someone who's black, who's going to lead this movie with women, and it's going to be good PR. We're going to make money. And she tapped out. She did exactly what they asked her to do. And they thought it was weird that 3 months before everything closed up, she moved on to her next project. So I think you're seeing that change, not because directors realize there's a core audience. They realize they need to save money for shareholders. And so the market has changed. So I just look at the fact that with Marvels and other projects they're going to do, they're going to downscale them. And I think, like I said before, even with the Rick and Morty, there's stuff politically happening behind the background that's affecting a lot of these outcomes.
Word. In response to what you were just saying, I really feel like, and this is gonna sound crazy. That's some ignorant nigga shit that I'm about to say, but I really feel like it's super important.
You're in a safe place.
It needed a smaller budget so they can become more creative in giving me a great Blade project. Sometimes just giving somebody $300-400 million, niggas just start doing dumb shit just because they got the money. Yo, make them fall 40 stories, my nigga. But what does that have to do with the plot? Nah, it's just big. We got to go big, bro. We got to give them big set pieces. It's like, but when you're forced with a smaller budget, it's like, how can I confound the people? How can this be amazing? How can this be, how can I fight for the number one spot with the budget that I have? We got to get creative. The story's got to be great. I pray that when they come to the table and go, man, we got cut. All right, but we can do this. We can be number one. Blade, I hope that they go into it with the respect that Blade deserves. Hey, he started this shit.
Right.
He should be treated with respect. Now, the reality of the game is, we can't give you 300 million, but we give you 100 million. 100 million is good fucking money, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a dope ass movie. Blade don't need a whole bunch of effects. That's when that shit went downhill. When you start doing a bunch of effects is when shit started going downhill. All you got to do is give me a great story, and then let's pivot him into the greater storyline. Those are the only two things you have to do. Tell a great story and pivot him into where you can start seeing him interacting with the other people that we've grown to love, and let him be respected in that space and not just some kind of like little guy that's coming on. You got your little swords. That's cute. Like, nah, let him be a power player. Let him have some significance, and let him be respected the same way we respect all of the rest of them. As long as you do that, I'm good. I'm good.
Just to interject and follow up on that, I thought a missed opportunity from Marvel was at Endgame when the portals opened before the On Your Left, and that moment in the theater where everybody was like, "This is some shit we're gonna remember. This is a canon event." Blade should have been there. I think I think it would have been crazy if you would have had Wesley Snipes just come out and just ching, and he didn't have to even say anything. It would have been a kind of a nod, like, we don't get here without this money in this movie.
That's crazy, because I didn't mean, like, my number one beef. I've been the first person online like, this is some bullshit. You ain't gonna give me Blade and not give me X-Men and not give me Fantastic Four. I'd have been, instead of being in solidarity, I would have to be in that moment. I'd have fucked up the whole shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fuck up Blade right now. Give me the X-Men. Like, really?
Yeah, but see, X-Men got some money. They got multiple projects. You got the 90s cartoon coming back for Disney Plus. But Blade just seemed to be forgotten unless you're a fan of what it was and look at it and realize Marvel was really about to be done. Like, they were gonna sell off a lot of the characters. And if it wasn't for Blade making that money, you don't get Iron Man and you don't get what we got for 20 plus years. So it's just unfortunate that you don't have that character until now.
No, you are 100% correct. All right. Eddie, did you have anything else you want to throw into the pot, pimping?
No, man, you guys just hit me with such great knowledge, content, and expert opinion. I don't even want to try and follow up with that, man.
You a corny ass nigga, man. Get out of here. I need to make one. I got to make one correction. I forgot to change the date on the trailer for Fast X. It's going to be November the 17th. I repeat, November the 17th. I've already fixed the trailer and it's exporting now so that it will be on every show. I just wanted to make that. So please, if you want to come through, this is going to be Eddie Lingo's first time watching this movie.
Right.
And I hope
I walked away from the franchise.
Yeah. He was trying to bring him back. And he said, the money, I don't even care. I'm embarrassed. For me, I'm a hoe. So like, you know what I'm saying? They've been pimping me out for years. So like, you know what I mean? I think I own all of them to this point. And I don't own this one. So
it's gonna be an experience.
Yeah. I can't wait. Why are you Dad Panther? Come on, man.
That is because I'm going off the fact like if you're at home and you watch this, I appreciate this. Send this out to somebody else. But earlier, it just felt like you were saying we don't need the big budget. We just need the story. And there's a core audience and take care of us. And then Dom and The Rock are saying the bigger the budget, we gonna get motherfuckers in here. Fuck a storyline. And then the thing that the core memory of the Fast and Furious 1, 2, 3 Tokyo Drift got us because a lot of them had the lower budget. When you go back and see what was being created, that's what the core audience is wanting. Yep. And now we're going with the big shit to the point that business-wise, you can't even get cars like that anymore because the business is even changed on aftermarket parts. So like, it's almost like you the problem.
Yeah, I am the problem. 1000% am the problem, bro. But I like start off the film family. I'm in there, baby. I'm in there. Let's go.
But you know what? It'd be crazy. We'll talk more about it. Tune in when we do it. But like, it'd be great if they gave you these big projects and they gave you a streaming of a movie that went to the route to the core audience. I think that'd be cool to kind of pair that where it wasn't a part of that universe, but you made so much profit, you're able to kind of give back to what you started with.
So get back to that core.
Yeah.
I feel like you should always do that. Like when you have like a Fast and Furious franchise, why not create independent offshoots? That's one thing I will give DC props on. As much as they'll try to do these big blockbuster films, they will fucking create these cartoon movies that are always 8 times, 10 times better. You know what I mean? They keep creating these great stories in cartoon form, and they'll do these great TV shows. They're like, I'm never gonna take that away from DC from being great on the smaller screen, and then always flubbing not always flubbing, but flubbing about it's like a 50-50 shot, you know what I'm saying, going
60-40.
60-40, I get you. So like, you know what I mean? I definitely feel like a Fast and Furious should, in the same universe, give you, all right, what's going on in Toretto's home hood? His cousin is down there developing some shit, and he doing whatever he doing, and all right, there's another thing going on over here, and then every now and then it connects, and then all right, we'll give you guys a $60 million budget. Go ahead and make it happen. Or here's a $10 million budget. Get creative. We need stuff like that. If we can't continue to have, you're never going to see really great music. He said, I haven't seen it either.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
Shout out to Mastermind.
But
he was talking about Fast X.
Oh yeah. Fast X, man. Like you also got to remember that. I'm a movie kid from the 80s. So like I'm used to seeing bullshit. Like I've been seeing bullshit my whole life. You know what I mean? It's just I am the type of person, the movies is my club. Ain't nothing good in the club, but I'm still pulling up, my nigga. Like we up in there, like, you know what I mean? You ain't got no stupid shit, and you ain't got no, people dying with knives and blood splattering everywhere and body parts coming off. I'm cool. I'm in there. Let's do it. So I can watch it and then still come out and be like, nah, this is some bullshit. I walked out of the theater. All right, let me shut up. So yeah, we're gonna
watch on the 17th.
We're gonna watch it. And let me be even more clear. There was still some great there was some moments me and Fame was like, holy shit, did they just do this? But then I mean it's slathered. It's like somebody made a really nice cake and then put poop on it and was like, yo, come on, yo, get a slice.
But you ate it.
Yeah, Mastermind in the comments about the series.
I want the series to end looking like the original movie.
I don't think we'll ever get there.
No,
we gotta do it ourselves. We gotta do it.
I think what'll happen is Don would have to go in a coma and you're watching him this weird CG AI thing, and you're like, we did it, we got back to it, and Lily's sitting there trying to wake him up, like he's in a better place, and that's how it ended. You're
don't
like,
even CG him because that's gonna be too much of a budget. Just show his shoes, his legs. That's it. His jeans.
twitching.
And we know that's Toretto laid out there in the coma. Now we're gonna go back and get the franchise to what it need to be.
Yo, y'all act like he did or something, man. Just tell
But no,
that
but
nigga
like
should
just
be.
like think of an idea of a story down south where some people are trying to, you know, hit a lick. And the whole thing is you're getting to develop to these characters, and the whole payoff is them hitting a lick, right? So they hit the lick, doesn't work the way it's supposed to, and they're sitting there driving through the streets, going against the cops, whatever the case is, and some survive, and you keep it real. There's no
Okay, let me
Nas in the
interject.
car. It's a scat pack. The shit didn't work out right, and it's the same street story you normally see, and it still
Let me
kind of goes
explain.
with the culture. What happened?
Let me explain. You got the reason that you got your core film and then it's can just slowly drifting away from that sense is because the first Fast and Furious movie was just a ripoff of the story of the Keanu Reeves movie
Yep.
with Patrick Swayze.
What's
What
the
was it
surfer
called?
one? Breakaway? No.
Breaking.
Point Break.
Oh, wait.
Point
Yeah,
Break.
there you go.
All right, so basically they took the same story where you send the young undercover kid into the mix of this people that are doing these hits, and you blend in their atmosphere in the universe so you can fit in, and then you become compromised because you love this atmosphere and you fall in love with your antagonist sister. Literally 100% same story. And just like Patrick Swayze got to ride his last wave and disappear in the end, Keanu Reeves let him go. Same thing happened at the end of Fast and the Furious. We got Vin Diesel got to escape because rest in peace, I forgot his name, but his character, Paul Walker's character, let him go. And so that was why Fast and the Furious, the first one, is so different from the rest, because now they got a successful movie, and then you bring in people that are just now, let's see where we can take it, but they're not true to what's original because it wasn't original to begin with.
Gotcha.
I love that, man. Thank you for breaking that down for us. I had never thought about that. So like that's some new information. Thank you. I feel like anytime, and I tell people this all the time, anytime you find a cool niche and then you dive completely into it and you pay respect to the niche, you're gonna have people that are gonna fall in love with it. You know what I mean? Whether it was like motorcycle gangs with biker boys, you know, whether it's the you know what I'm saying, Fast and the Furious, or shoot, whether it's Colors, you know what I mean? Because you have these, it's reality, but it's not the reality that normal people exist under. Like, yo, there is a real life group of people like, oh my God. Like if you're looking at Sons of Anarchy, the television show, whoo, fuck. Like you're talking about real life, but different rules. They're in the same country, but they have to operate and live by a completely different set of rules. And there's a whole different set of moral, you know, there's and people are looking at it like, this is crazy. How are you gonna have morality and we all doing illegal shit? You know what I mean? But it's just what it is. Rip off Days of Thunder, then let Dom own his own NASCAR race team.
Mastermind. Hey, listen, get her done. That's the movie. Get her done.
They grew up in the race in one of the movies. And then Dom and his brother,
remember?
So
Beat him with a wrench.
you already halfway there.
My daddy beat
You already
him.
halfway there.
There you go. And you got a different market. Get her done. Jeff Foxworthy in it. Just get it.
No, I got an idea, but I'm definitely not about to say it on this public platform. So like we'll talk about it once. But yeah, man, like it's so dope. You know what I mean? When people take to those niches, that is something that I get upset with when it comes with Black creators. A lot of Black creators don't feel comfortable or don't. It's like every time I see somebody be like, yo, I want to make a film, I can almost predict what they're about to say. Yeah, son, he an ex-gangster and he just he'd be like, oh, like I don't want to watch this shit. Or like it's some, you know, oh, yo, he was a pimp, or you know, he was a drug dealer. And it's like, I don't mind stories about drug dealers or gangbangers, but give me like an interesting story. Don't give me the stereotypical story that we've seen played out 1,000 times. Even when you see Queen of the South, Queen of the South was a very unique take on a very commonly known story. Not necessarily that this woman's story is common, but we've seen the rise to power done 1,000 times. But flipping it on his heels and then having it be a woman, and then she's from Mexico coming into America, I thought that was completely fun and unique because everything that I could assume from a man character, I can't assume from a woman character. It would be totally unrealistic if she was to just come in with big AKs and mowing people down, or getting into big fights, and it's just like she couldn't do that. So
if it was my daughter, she would. I'm
built
different at
different.
a young age.
No, all right. Well,
this how you load this.
Yeah, right. This is a little different, but if you get a chance to get into that show, you see how yes, there's physicality to her when there are moments where she gets physical, but she's also, everybody's even saying, yo, you can't fight toe to toe with these niggas. Like, yo, you gotta think smarter. You gotta move different. Like you gotta play this mind game, and you gotta, so that you end up seeing a different type of gang story that I was like, yo, this is a refreshing take on something that was familiar. Like we need to be, and as Dad Panther said, for this film art form to continue to evolve, we need to be taking risks. And risk doesn't always mean, all right, we go from a nip slip to a VAD shot to, a little bit of lip, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, that's not, no, like we need to start doing more dynamic storytelling. We have to really start thinking deeper about what could I talk about from my perspective that would be completely different. You know what I'm saying? And
like a Hollywood shuffle kind of thing, kind of makes it up.
Damn, I was waiting on my moment. I was waiting on my moment. I was going to hit him with it too.
I was waiting for the moment where he was like, I'm sick of stereotypical stuff, and I just want something to break away and tell a story.
Okay.
So
is what we just saw Friday night.
IMB
really,
got no money.
Is it really not? It was different. It wasn't stereotypical.
He was mocking the stereotypical. He basically trying to give the same message you just gave, even though you hated the movie after it was done. Or you hated the ending. I'm sorry. You hated the ending.
I hated the ending. I feel like the ending, they flubbed the shit out of the ending. I mean, there was so many things I could take apart from that, but it was a decent watch. But no, even in my perspective, looking at that, I'm like, I've seen it done better 1,000 times. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, am I impressed just because a black dude? Yo, I respect any man that's going to take his own money and do something. 100% respect
for the time period that he dropped that. I that's why I put it on such a high pedestal. Like if he would give us that now, then he fell short. But for him to get it done back then, when we know how racist the industry was openly back then, now they try to be a little more discreet, even though it's still pretty obvious. But I just feel like for him to achieve that back in 87, 80, 86, whenever they filmed it, and it dropped in 87, I think it's a great accomplishment.
Come on, man. Come on.
Another one. Come to the side.
My bad. I stand correct. He didn't hate the movie. He just the ending fell short for him. Let me clear that
he
up.
Wanted a different ending.
Yeah, I kind of wanted them. I wanted them to step it up a little bit. So anyway, with that being said, gentlemen, thank y'all so much. Thank you. You guys are so awesome. Been doing such a phenomenal job. Thank you for setting up the studio for me, Lingo, because I totally forgot about it. And I was enjoying my Saturday. Thank you for allowing me to enjoy. Thank you for not calling me and be like, yo, set the studio up. You know what I mean? You just did it. I love you for that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to people that have the capability of doing stuff and actually do it versus waiting on me to do stuff. So I appreciate y'all and everybody that steps up and shows love. But we love y'all. So what are we doing this week? Don't forget Thursday, Breaking.
So the Breaking with John Boyega, and then we're doing our retro film is The Outbreak.
The Outbreak.
Which you can see on Hulu if you don't know where to find it. You can see it on Hulu.
Yep. And Breaking is on Showtime right now, which
is also Paramount Plus.
Right. I'm about to make me some lunch, and then I'm about to go and watch Breaking and get that out of the way. Dad Panther, will you be joining us on Thursday?
That's the plan. I gotta break into something to watch Breaking. So that's the
Don't worry, I'll send you the password and create a profile for you, brother. I got you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a wonderful Sunday. If you are chilling, you can always tap into the Black Nerd Podcast. We'll be live at 6 p.m. today.
Lawman Bass Reeves. That just started on Paramount Plus too.
That is something to watch and connect the story with Lone Ranger. I've been waiting for that one right there, that mustache.
Wait a minute. How many episodes is out? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? How many episodes?
I started watching one, but Paramount was tripping. It was lagging, so I just get jumped out of there. I'm gonna try again later. So I really don't know if they dropped the whole season or if they're doing week to week. But I can tell you right now.
Yeah, I'm looking for that one.
That might be. He said the whole thing is out. Oh boy.
Okay, that's what I'm talking
about.
The
whole season. That's what's up.
I hope it's close to the truth, man.
I want to talk about Rick and Morty. I want to get back into Rick and Morty. And
allegedly.
Allegedly?
The situation with the
No, I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? Fucking white dudes is weird. So they do weird shit. So I wanted to talk about the actual show. Like they got a new season out. Now, I've heard that they changed the voices. Did they change the voices or is it?
Yeah, they did a search. Yeah.
AI the shit and be done with it. Oh,
I only see 2 episodes, unless it's gonna be a limited series like that.
What you mean, the Lawman? Bass
yeah,
Reeves?
Bass Reeves. I only see 2 episodes drop. Well, let me see if that might be all of them. No, episode 3 is scheduled to come out on 12th. So they're doing it week to week. So they gave us the first 2 now, and then it's gonna be week to week after that.
All right, we can talk about throwing it on the rundown. If y'all would like to hear us talk about Lawman Bass Reeves, just drop it in the comments, and then I guarantee you, like, if I get at least 2 people saying they want to hear it, well, freak ball, we doing it. But other than that, I definitely want to set up something we can get into. We got to keep with Loki. We got to get Invincibles, and then and Rick and Morty. I want to have it, and mainly because I really want to talk about the evolution from season to season. There's so much to talk about. I feel like I haven't seen too many people get into the depths of Rick and Morty, which that would be the dumbest statement of all time. Because if you press Rick and Morty into any search engine, there's a million people talking about it. But I just want to talk about it from my perspective, and hopefully, if you guys seen it, we could talk about it.
All right.
All righty then. I release y'all from your contractual arrangements. We're out of here. Real reviews.
Yes, sir.
No ticket.